Now we have a leading coefficient that's greater than 1, so we're going to have to use a factor by grouping method. The first thing we're going to do is put it into standard form, which means subtract the 3 to the other side. So I have 6x squared plus 7x minus 3 equals 0. Now in standard form, this is a, b, and c. So I'm going to multiply the coefficients of a and c together, and I get negative 18. So I need factors of negative 18. Well, my options are 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. But because of this negative, that means they have to have opposite signs, so I have to subtract them. I'm looking for those factors that equal to 7. So there's my factors. If I give a positive 9 and a negative 2, together they will add up to a positive 7x. So let's change 7x to negative 2x and a positive 9x, and then bring everything else down. Now we have 4 terms. With 4 terms, we're going to group them. I'm going to group the first 2 together and the second 2 together, and I'm going to factor. In common in the first term, I can factor out a 2 and an x, which means I'm dividing out a 2x. Left over, I have a 3x minus 1. I always want to factor out the next sign. In common here, I can factor out a 3, so I'm going to factor out a 3, and I'm left with 3x minus 1. We're going to factor again. What do I have in common in those 2 factors? Well, I can factor out a 3x minus 1, and left over on the left I have a 2x, and on the right I have a 3. So my last step here is to set each one of those factors equal to 0 and solve. The first one, I'm going to add 1 to the other side. So I have 3x equals 1, divide by 3, and x equals 1/3. There's one solution. Subtract 3 on the next one, so I have 2x equals negative 3, divide by 2, and x equals negative 3/2. There's my 2 solutions. There's many ways to start with this problem and come up with these 2 answers, but factoring by grouping is one method.